Hello to all of you viewers of The Pioneer. We continue to bring you all the hot developments regarding the Russia-Ukraine war. As you know, the war continues. The intense efforts of the Ukrainian army provide exciting developments in the war process. The eyes of the world are following the ongoing war in Ukraine. Ukrainian officials continue their struggle and initiatives to protect the interests of their country. Times of war are times of great crises. To what extent state leaders are successful in overcoming crises is debatable. Leaders who are supposed to reflect the will of the people may find it difficult to fulfill the will of the people. During these periods of crisis, there can be massive public unrest. It is very important to manage the public and inform the public in a transparent manner. Russia faced many crises during this war period, and it has not been very successful in overcoming them. The Ukrainian army's counterattacks have also backed Russia into a corner. Late last night, the Ukrainian army launched a major attack on a Russian facility. After the attack, the facility, which is said to produce artillery shells for the Russian army, suffered major damage. After the Ukrainian attack, a big fire broke out in the facility. The fire was barely brought under control after many efforts. Russian authorities remain silent on the issue. The Ukrainian army, on the other hand, continues its counterattacks uninterruptedly. The Ukrainian army, which makes its presence felt in every region of the front, supports its strategy, showing a strong resistance on the defense fronts. The Ukrainian army continues its attacks on new targets. The Crimean attacks, which have become routine, have become a nightmare for Russian soldiers in the region. Kiev troops launched an air and naval offensive operation in Crimea the other day. After the offensive operation, many Russian targets were destroyed. Now, if you're ready, let's analyze the last developments together. As the Pioneer team, we strive to convey to you the developments regarding the Russia-Ukraine war. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss our daily reports and explanations. I also read all the comments you leave on our videos. Please continue to share your ideas about our content. Tell us in the comments what content you would like to see on the Pioneer channel. And now, let's start if you're ready. The Pioneer reports. Late last night, an attack was carried out by the Ukrainian army. The attack was followed by a fire at an important military facility in Russia. Russian and Ukrainian social media channels posted videos of flames and smoke billowing into the air. The footage showed dense clouds of smoke rising into the sky from the facility. As local sources reported, the attack occurred at Ural-Transmash in the Ural city of Yekaterinburg in the Sverdlovsk region, about 1,100 miles east of Moscow. Many social media users shared images of the incident. The images shared on social media reached thousands of people in a short matter of time. The information we have indicate that mass-produced artillery shells are being made at the facility targeted by Ukraine. The facility, which is said to produce military equipment and machine tools used for Russia's war machine, was very important for the Russian army. It is also the country's main manufacturing center for self-propelled artillery and produces oil drilling rigs, among other civilian products. Military experts say Russian arms factories have not had a good year. Russian facilities and factories monitored by Ukrainian intelligence are being targeted by the Ukrainian military. Local news sources initially reported that the fire broke out on the roof of an empty welding workshop and 3 workers evacuated the building. The Sverdlovsk Emergencies Ministry said 37 firefighters were involved in the fire, which was located on the roof of a detached building and spread to an area of about 4,300 square feet. Sources later said the fire started during repair work on a warehouse and no one was injured. However, despite the claims of local sources, eyewitnesses and reports of an attack made it clear that it was no accident. The Ukrainian army continues its relentless offensive. The Ukrainian military continues to strike Crimea in order to increase its war gains. Dozens of Ukrainian drones targeted Crimea overnight as Kyiv's air threats against the occupied peninsula continued over the past day. Kyiv has carried out several successful strikes against the peninsula annexed by Moscow in 2014, often targeting air defense batteries. Strikes on Russia's Black Sea Fleet have forced it further east from its headquarters in Sevastopol. According to the mayor of the Moscow-based city, the strikes continued throughout last night, with Governor Mikhail Razvazhayev saying that Sevastopol had been attacked by a naval drone. Residents shared on social media how they could hear loud explosions. The Russian Defense Ministry said that Kyiv was trying to carry out a terrorist attack, but this was met with a strong reaction. Russia's wartime violations and lawlessness have come to the fore. Moscow also claimed to have destroyed 10 unmanned boats heading towards the Crimean Peninsula. As of the morning of the incident, Kyiv has not commented on Moscow's claims, but the silence was broken. Ukrainian officials said Russia's statements were far from the truth, stating that deceiving the public will not work. The Ukrainian officials said that time is running out for the Russian military. Ukrainian drones were also targeted south of Sevastopol the previous day. Russian officials said their defenses shot down at least one drone over Cape Fiolent on July 15, a Kyiv-based newspaper reported. Local residents heard at least 8 explosions and reported hits in the area. It took place in the area of a Russian military troop base said to be equipped with S-300 or S-400 air defense systems, which for the most part has not claimed direct responsibility, has stepped up attacks on Russian territory, targeting energy and military sites that it says aid Russia's war efforts. Kyiv has already used naval drones to great effect, striking the landing ship Caesar Konnikov, the patrol vessel Sergei Kotov, high-speed Cerner and Akula-class landing craft, and the Tarantul-class Levelnovets missile covert. The Ukrainian Navy said Moscow withdrew its last portal ship from Sevastopol the other day due to repeat attacks on the Black Sea Fleet. There were reports that Russia launched a Shahid kamikaze drone in Kyiv last night. Mayor Vitaly Klitschko reported on his social media account that a residential building and an educational institute had been shelled. This is how developments on the front line continue. The war is unfolding in all its reality. How do you interpret the Russian facility going up in flames? Do you think the Russian army is able to counter Ukraine's attrition attacks? How should a good leader treat their people in times of war? What do you think about the regular shelling of Crimea by the Ukrainian army? We care about your opinions, so please share them with us.